What's going on, Virgo? Welcome back to my channel. It is Mama Manifests. I'm so grateful that you are here, and I am so grateful that our paths have crossed. So today I am going to be doing your August 2020 energy reading, okay? So we're going to tap into your energy, see what energy is available to you, see what the guidance is from the divine, and see how you can best navigate your way through this month so you can get your own best results, right? Because that's what we want. We want to grow, we want to learn, we want to evolve, we want to transform, we want to become, each day a better version of ourselves. And, these cards have really helped me do that, and I hope they do you as well. So let's see what's going on. We'll do a couple more shuffles here, and then we'll jump right in. All right, so this card wanted to come out, and we'll take it as a bonus. I'm going to look at some other cards first, though. All right, so this month, you guys are really, really, really thinking about what you want, what it is out of life that you want, and the energy, is really available and supportive of you to really manifest things this month. So let's keep going. Let's see what we have here. So we have the Two of Swords, and this indicates to me that you do have some decisions to make. It might be, an inventory of what brings you fulfillment, right? Of how, like, things that attribute to you moving into your best life and you being the best version of yourself, and things and people and situations that take away from that. Now, with the Two of Swords, it's always a more difficult decision, right? We try to push off the truth for as long as possible. So the Two of Swords, it does require us to make a decision that is difficult, right? And so I just feel like you guys are really taking inventory of what brings you happiness, what fuels your dreams coming true, what makes your wishes coming true, and really letting go of anything that is out of alignment with that. Yeah, because you guys are completing a major cycle of your journey. And this, I just feel, for not only you guys, Virgo, but a very collective message that you're done with a certain phase of your life. You've really realized that there's some better outcomes, there's a better life available for you, and you're realizing that you haven't been able to move to this next cycle because you've been in situations that don't really bring you happiness. You just show up because you're supposed to, and that's what you felt like you were supposed to do. But what we're really supposed to do is follow what makes us feel good, really pay attention to what doesn't, and simply leave behind. We don't owe anybody anything, right? We are our number one priority. We all get the decision. Every single human being gets the decision with what they want to surround their life with. Do they want to surround it with beauty? Do they want to surround it with pain, right? We all get that decision. And when you start to have this desire of wanting a better life because you see that's available and possible to you, what you're also going to see are things that can't come with you. They're just out of alignment, right? Yeah. And the Seven of Swords, it's a card all about deception, right? And what I'm really feeling is, for a certain period of time, you've been able to kind of deceive yourself, because maybe you see the best in people, right? Maybe you just want to look past things because you don't want to change your life, right? But you've really been deceiving yourself about who has been deceiving you, right? And when people deceive you, they're really deceiving themselves as well, right? So I don't know why that was coming out like that, but that's what I'm really picking up here. Oh my goodness. So you're incredibly intuitive over the month of August, right? There's a very thin veil with you over this month. The veil, in fact, is being lifted, and you are seeing not only, the benefit of trusting yourself, but you're seeing how much trusting yourself can bring you fulfillment. We have the High Priestess here, and this is like all under that Two of Swords. So you really you really deep down know what you need to do. You deep down know what's out of alignment with your life, and you deep down know what is in alignment with your life, right? But like I said before, like even when we come to these conclusions and see them, it can feel really difficult, and that's completely understandable. You know, she intentionally has her eyes closed in the Two of Swords, right? She's keeping her eyes closed, and maybe you've been able to do that for so long in this old cycle, but for you to really walk into this new phase, it requires you to trust your intuition. And maybe that's not something that you've done for quite some time. Maybe people have always, you know, kind of told you what to do or how to do things. I can relate with that on such a spectacular level. I understand. I had no idea that I wasn't even trusting myself. And it was really crazy for me because I was somebody who never trusted themselves. I kind of always was looking for guidance from people outside of me, right? And I never really got anywhere. I felt like I was on a hamster wheel of existence. And that's because I was never listening to my own voice. And so this cycle that's ending is of you not trusting yourself. You not trusting that gut feeling, you know? And there is a thing we need to be able to discern between our trauma and our intuition. And that's something that you learn from following the path, because even if the path leads you into some undesirable places, there are some lessons to be learned there. So sometimes people feel like they trust their intuition and then it leads them into some crazy places. Well, those crazy places are filled with the lessons, right? And you can really trust yourself, Virgo. Your intuition is spot on this month. Your third eye is awakened this month. We have the Eight of Swords, okay, under this World card. Because, you know, you weren't able to ever see things from a different vantage point or a different point of view, this left you feeling restricted, right? Just completely like you're living inside of inside of something, right? You're in a box and you've been wanting to break out, whether this is a conscious feeling or a subconscious feeling. You know that there is more to life. You know that like things that you have dreamt about doing your whole life are actually available to you, right? We don't have to settle in life, Virgo, ever. And that's what I'm feeling like here, like a big message. It's like we don't ever have to settle. We can have everything that we want. The universe is infinitely abundant, which means that there is enough for everybody to fulfill their dreams. And that includes you, Virgo. And that includes you. You don't have to continue. This cycle has been going on for a long time where you just feel restricted, you know, confined, like you're not able to break out of it. And with the Eight of Swords, she's the one that's tying herself up in the first place. She has the ability to free herself. Maybe she doesn't realize that. Because I went through the Eight of Swords energy for a long time and I didn't know I had the ability to free myself. And maybe that's what you need to hear right now. You do have the ability to free yourself. You do, 100%. And it's through following your intuition. Nine of Wands, wounded warrior, right? You've kind of been around, you've been around a lot of situations in your life that have wounded you. Like maybe people were jealous of you, right? Maybe you always felt like you were the problem. And this has put you in this place where this is the wounded warrior, right? You're fighting, but you're tired, right? You're on guard. You're protecting what you have. But with the Nine of Wands, this can put us, and just be aware, it can put us in a fear mindset. It can put us in a place where we're not trusting the universe, God, and our intuition, right? Over here with the High Priestess. And our trauma is the one that's always speaking to us, and that's actually holding us back from life itself. So this is something to be mindful of, right? on the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. This is like fear of change. This is, this is a lot of things, the Four of Pentacles. Like, this is a fear of change more than anything. This is holding on to things that don't serve us. This is like, an obsession. This is like worried about like the wrong things, valuing the wrong things. Maybe what other people are going to think of you. Maybe your material assets, and really finding your value based on those things, right? And when you go down this journey, you really realize that none of those things matter. What really, really matters the most is inner peace, compassion, and things like that, right? And you find that all from following your intuition and coming into experiences on your path, right? Let's see what this wow. The bonus card that really, really, really wanted to fall out is the Tower. Interesting that it fell out like that. And so, sometimes the divine sends in, events to knock down things that are out of integrity with who we truly are and what we truly want to. These are life-changing events. So in August, right, you're going to have something happen that's going to be a huge perspective shift for you. I've went through so many Tower moments, you guys. They are not to be feared. They are to be embraced. And what I would guide you to do is to really work on your surrendering to outcome of things, and surrendering to life, and surrendering in an intelligence greater than yourself, right? Because that's what this is all about. And knocking down anything that's out of integrity with what you truly want out of life and what you truly value out of life. And so underneath this all, if you don't make these decisions, the decisions are going to make themselves for you in a shocking way, right? I'm feeling, since it was the bonus card, it's almost something that can be avoided, right? You can kind of walk around the Tower, but we all have to go through these Tower moments. So just be excited for change, be excited for transformation. And while going through this process, like I said, say the Serenity Prayer, remind yourself to choose surrender, remind yourself to choose faith, okay? So let's keep going, and let's get an archetype card for Virgo, August 2020. I'm going to shuffle and see what comes out here. Like this. All right. Yeah. We have the Thread, and I love when I see this card. So everything may have seemed very elusive to you, really gray, really smoky. You felt recently that, you really didn't know where to go because you didn't have, this trust for your intuition, right? And so everything's kind of seemed, just, you didn't feel like you could find the right answer to things. You didn't feel like you knew which direction to go in. Through this month, like, you have the Thread, right? And so everything's dark under here, and then the rainbow's on the other side. And there's this very small, think about a thread, and you pull a thread, like, you're right there on the other side. The rainbow is there. You've moved through, and you've been walking through the darkness for quite some time, but just be prepared. And maybe the divine is going to use a rainbow for you. That's also coming through as, it could be an actual rainbow, right, that you see outside, or it could be, rainbows that you see, stickers, somebody has it on their coffee mug. You may see a bumper sticker. Maybe the word rainbow is written out somewhere. Okay, and that's going to be the sign from the divine that you are right there, and that you are about to walk into, a calmer place where there's magic, where you feel connected again, where you feel like you can trust your intuition. You are very, very, very close to this next level, Virgo. And I have a feeling that this thread is going to be pulled over the month of August, and by the end of August, you're going to be able to see the rainbow come out, and the magic of life, and the balance of life. And that will be restored in you. Okay? And then we have the vision. I love this card. This is one of my most predominant cards for me and my own journey on this deck. And that card is all about like you can, like how I opened up this reading. You can see a better way. You can see a better life. You can see a more fulfilled life. Like this vision of your future. You might even be having dreams, right? You might even be having visions of what it's going to look like. What is this path that is, it can be, that is, very difficult, the transformational path, the enlightened path, the conscious awakening path, right? You're getting these visions of what is going to unfold for you, what this rainbow is actually bringing in for you, what this new life has for you. And over the month of August, the divine is going to be showing you tidbits of what your future looks like. So just pay attention. Make sure that you're present enough to pay attention, to really see what is unfolding for you and what you are working toward. Okay? Let's get some more cards here. Virgo, August 2020. I just love this for you guys. I feel like the end of restriction, you're moving into a cycle that is far less miserable, right? It's far less fearful, right? You're moving into a place where you don't always have to be on guard around people. You can let your walls down a little bit. Cinderella, magic. There's going to be a lot of magic in your life this month. The divine is really going to show itself to you, Virgo, right? The divine is going to be showing you so much over the month of August. And you're going to be really reconnecting with the magic of life itself, seeing the connectedness of life, seeing the synchronicity of life, seeing how everything works together. You could have felt like Cinderella your whole life. And think about with Cinderella. She does get her happily ever after because that's destiny, right? Destiny is destiny. And with this timepiece right here, I'm just feeling like the gateways to a new life are presenting themselves to you, like in such a big way over the month of August. You want to know why, Virgo? Because it's time. Because time is up on this old cycle, and it's time for you to embrace a much happier, fulfilled life where you feel like all of your wishes are coming true. And that's just absolutely beautiful. I love to see that for you guys. Let's see. Do I want to get any more? Let's get just a little bit more guidance. And then I think we're going to close it out. This is like a very magical, enchanting month that you guys are entering, where you're going to start to feel the shackles coming off. You're going to start to feel a little bit more freedom. You're going to start to feel direction and magic. And I love that. Where are you being called to journey to, right? And that's what's going to be really shown to you through your visions this month, through your dream state, through things that people say to you. Where are you being called to journey to next? So really, I would say, ask the divine that as you wake up in the mornings in the month of August, where am I being called to journey to? And just go with the flow the rest of the day to see how life unfolds for you. I think that's going to be, a little bit more revealed to you, like I said. Wow. And on the bottom of the deck, we have longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So you've really felt alone for quite some time, even if you have been surrounded by people. You really have felt like you've never quite fit in. There hasn't been a place for you to fit in on this planet. And, you know, I'm in that same category, Virgo, and it's because I have a different type of journey. At some point, the time was up for me too. That happened a couple years ago, and the timer went off, and I had to look at why I never felt like I belonged, and I had to realize that I was never really supposed to belong anyways. That came out weird. I was never, you understand what I'm saying, Virgo. And so you're going to really embrace, like, by this magic and by these magical truths and understanding and spiritual understandings that come to you over the month of August, you're going to start to realize why you never really felt like you belonged. And you're going to just understand that on a deeper level. And that's absolutely beautiful. So I am going to end the reading here, Virgo. I loved this energy. It was magical. It was, you know, it's exciting. You guys are going through an exciting part of your journey. And I'm sending you guys all of my love. I'll see you guys soon. Namaste and God bless.